and welcome once again to Enjoy and Love Your Life's Journey with Josie as your host. I hope that you're having a great day, a God-filled day, and a God-blessed day. I'm going to speak with you for just a few minutes on the subject completing and not competing in our relationships with our loved ones, with family, and with friends. And when I say complete and do not compete with one another, I'm saying this because in a lot of relationships, instead of completing each other, we're always in competition with one another. If you want to compete, go out on the racetrack. Get in a spelling bee. Run a race. Play basketball. But don't get in relationships like husband and wife and compete with each other. It only helps to make your situation much worse than it would be. God has made us differently. To some He has given one talent, and to some He's given another talent. He gives us different gifts. So when we come together as family in our marriages, we want to get together and figure out what is my role as a wife and what is your role as a husband. Maybe your husband likes to go in the yard and do yard work. Maybe he likes to keep the car maintained and in good shape. Maybe your gift is to work with numbers. And perhaps you're balancing the books. You may be paying the bills. And that's the gift that God has given you. That's your role in the marriage. So don't compete with your husband and tell him that, well, honey, you are not doing the books. You can't even balance the checkbook. You never pay bills. That's competing. Let him do what God has given him to do. Let him use the gift that God has given him to do. Both of you coming together is completing one another. You doing what God has given you to do, and your husband is doing the gift that God has given him to do. Bring it together and complete your relationship. Stop the competing with one another. Also in relationships on our jobs, we have a lot of individuals that we work with that's in competition with one another. When you're in competition with one another, it's always a conflict. Because instead of me trying to work with you, I'm working against you because I'm constantly trying to compete with you and be better than you. Work together as a team. Complete each other in your relationships, on the job, in your homes. Things will work out so much better. It will fit like a wheel. When God made us, He made our bodies. He made our organs that is not in competition. The heart is not competing with the lungs. The lungs is not competing with the heart. For if the lungs tried to pump blood, it would not work. And if the heart tried to give air, that's not going to work. The body would not work at all. So we are not made to compete with one another. We're made to complete one another. I hope that you have gotten something from what I have said, something that you will be able to use in your daily life. I hope that God will bless you. I know that God is going to bless you because He does that every waking moment of our lives. We're being blessed. So love yourself. Love who God has made you. Look in the mirror and love who you see. Thank you very much. And you have a very, very blessed day. Bye-bye.